referees are calling, they're blind. Like I don't know what they're calling or they're told to call. I don't know. Is the WNBA commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, calling these making them do these goofy calls? It's not good basketball. It's pretty obvious. The fans see it. I mean, it's blatant. Like
the WNBA is facing a major crisis. Fans, players, and analysts are all calling for Commissioner Kathy Engelbert to be suspended. They believe there's unfair treatment toward the league's biggest star, Caitlin Clark. The Indiana Fever rookie has been dealing with constant rough play, bad calls from referees, and what many see as an effort to keep her from shining on the court.
What is the Caitlin Clark effect? And here is what Google told me. The Caitlin Clark effect refers to the significant increase in popularity and visibility of women's basketball, particularly in the WNBA, driven by the rising star of Caitlin Clark. Her record-breaking performances and engaging personality have captivated audiences, leading to increased attendance, media coverage, and overall interest in the...
Now that Caitlin Clark is sidelined with an injury, and with growing signs that some teams are being favored, the basketball world has hit a breaking point. The controversy is focused on poor officiating, unfair treatment of Clark, and Commissioner Engelbert's failure to deal with serious concerns about player safety and fairness in the league.
The chickens was coming home to roost for the WNBA, because I'm telling you right now, there has been a lot of spooky things going on, and people is tired of it. And quite frankly, the viewership is going down. See, the viewership was supposed to have been going up exponential. Bang! How it took off last year, and I'm here to tell you that is not happening. Only team that is averaging 1 million views per game and looking like it's on track to maintain their viewership for the most part.
The situation boiled over on May 26th, 2025, when the Indiana Fever announced that Caitlin Clark would miss at least 2 weeks with a left quad strain. The injury came right after a heated game against the New York Liberty, where Clark played nearly 38 minutes and took what many saw as intentional, rough treatment on the court. And I'm telling you right now,
man, Caitlin Clark's shot was off, bro. These last couple games, she was not shooting well from three. We all seen it. She's missing a bunch of shots. I believe Caitlin Clark been hurt, bro.
The timing couldn't be more suspicious. Just as Caitlin Clark was becoming the face of the WNBA, she ends up on the injured list after months of what fans are calling constant, targeted abuse. But here's where it gets wild. This isn't just about one injury or one tough game. It's a clear, ongoing pattern, so obvious that even casual basketball fans are starting to wonder if they're watching a real sport or a scripted drama meant to hold back the league's biggest star.
Conclusion I can come to is they want it to fail.
They're calling hand check fouls on their biggest player. Could you imagine LeBron getting hand check fouls, or anybody, SGA, whomever, the biggest stars getting hand check? Yes, it may not be the only reason, but it doesn't help. You're absolutely right. But yes, you're sitting that star player, that cash cow, on the bench. And honestly, she is WNBA. Caitlin Clark is the only reason people are watching.
Sells out home and away.
Yes.
Enjoying this? Please subscribe. Caitlin Clark's treatment stands in sharp contrast to how the WNBA markets her. Commissioner Engelbert has praised Clark for boosting league revenue and media attention. Yet her administration has let referees turn a blind eye to the rough play targeting her. The numbers don't lie, and they tell a story that even the most skeptical fans can't ignore. Game footage and stats show a clear trend. Referees consistently ignore fouls committed against Clark, while calling her out for the smallest things. In one game, she was hit with a technical foul just for saying "come on" too loudly, after multiple obvious fouls against her went uncalled. This double standard has fans convinced the officials are trying to limit her impact. And the stats back it up. Get this. Caitlin Clark has been the victim of 17% of all flagrant fouls in the entire WNBA this season. Let that sink in. One player, in a league with hundreds of athletes, has taken nearly 1/5 of the most dangerous fouls. But it gets even more outrageous. 80% of those flagrant fouls came from one team, the Chicago Sky. What are the odds of that happening randomly? Practically zero. You'd have a better chance of winning the lottery while being struck by lightning on a leap year. This isn't basketball anymore. This is targeted harassment, just dressed up in whistles and uniforms.
Player that's worth paying the money for. Caitlin Clark comes along. What do, WNBA? You beat her up. You treat her like crap. You treat her like she's dog doo-doo, dude. I never seen this in any sport, bro.
This tells a story the WNBA's leadership seems determined to ignore. According to a full breakdown of the 2024 season, there were just 35 flagrant fouls called across the entire league. Caitlin Clark was on the receiving end of 6 of them. To put that in perspective, Sada Sabali, a star in her own right, took 4 flagrant fouls in 38 games. Aerial Powers, 5 in 35 games. But here's the key difference. Those players weren't repeatedly targeted by one team the way Clark has been. Now let's talk about the Chicago Sky, because this is where conspiracy turns into hard data. The Sky didn't just foul Clark. They focused on her. Of the 6 flagrant fouls called against her, 4 came from Chicago players. That's not just tough defense. That's a pattern. That's a message. That's not basketball. That's a mission to hurt someone. And the worst part? Everyone saw it happening. Fans blew up social media. Coaches shouted at refs. Analysts broke down missed calls in slow motion. And yet, Commissioner Engelbert and her officiating team acted like nothing was wrong. Like this was just a regular, hard-fought rivalry. All right, now this is where I draw the line.
This is what I'm going to say about this situation. Is the Fever players, you got to know, this is how they're going to ref your games. They're going to let Caitlin Clark be held, be hand-checked, have her arm chopped, and they're barely going to call fouls. Because of players are going to get away with what they get away with. If you allow a player to foul a player all game long, guess what? They're going to foul them all game long.
If you thought the flagrant foul numbers were bad, wait until you hear about the officiating disasters that have haunted Caitlin Clark's games. Take the recent matchup against the New York Liberty. This was supposed to be a marquee showcase for the WNBA's biggest rising star. Instead, it turned into a blueprint for how to rig a basketball game without leaving a paper trail. The officiating was so blatantly one-sided that even casual fans were left wondering, are these refs incompetent or corrupt? Clark was hammered on drive after drive, absorbing obvious contact that even replay officials couldn't miss in slow motion. But the whistles? Silent. Meanwhile, Liberty players were earning free throws off phantom fouls with barely any contact. The result? A free throw gap so wide, it looked like someone was trying to script the ending. After the game, Indiana head coach Stephanie White didn't hold back. She called the officiating fundamentally unfair. And here's the thing, White isn't some emotional rookie yelling out of frustration. She's a veteran. She's calm. She knows when something is off. And when a coach like that starts questioning the integrity of the officiating, you know the issue has gone beyond bad calls. We're talking about something deeper, darker, and far more damaging. But the worst moment came in the final seconds. Clark drove hard to the rim with a chance to tie the game. She took heavy contact. A clear foul. Everyone saw it. The refs saw it. And they did nothing. No whistle. No call. Just silence. New York walked away with a win they didn't earn. And fans were left wondering if they were watching basketball or WWE. That we know it was terrible. And we
know it was terrible. We absolutely know the refereeing was shocking. Like, it was one of the worst referee games I've ever seen down the stretch. Like, it looked like it was rigged. It looked like it was rigged. There's no other way to describe it. It looked like it was rigged. I'm not saying it was rigged. I don't think it was rigged. It looked like it was rigged. And I tweeted this out last night. That if the WNBA is not rigged, they're doing a great job of looking like.
And that brings us to the heart of the issue. Commissioner Cathy Engelbert's total failure to lead during what may be the most obvious officiating scandal in recent WNBA history. Despite all the video evidence, fan outrage, and player complaints, Engelbert has stayed silent about the clear and consistent targeting of the league's biggest star. But the truth is, this problem goes far beyond Caitlin Clark. Engelbert has already come under fire for how poorly she's handled other serious issues, especially racism and harassment in the league. When asked about the racist abuse players face online, her response was so weak, so tone-deaf, that it triggered immediate backlash from players themselves. There's a pattern here, and fans and players are fed up. The Caitlin Clark situation didn't create the crisis. It just exposed what many have suspected for a long time. Engelbert is either unwilling or unable to protect her players. Whether it's bias, favoritism, or just plain incompetence, the result is the same. The WNBA's credibility is being destroyed, one missed call at a time. And she